Myanmar, also known as Burma, is a country shrouded in secrecy, a place where the past and present intertwine in a complex dance. It is a land of breathtaking beauty, with ancient temples that whisper tales of history and lush landscapes that stretch as far as the eye can see. But beneath this idyllic facade lies a darker reality, one that is often hidden from the outside world. Myanmar is grappling with political turmoil, economic hardship and social unrest, a trifecta of challenges that have left the nation in a state of perpetual crisis. Millions of people live in poverty, deprived of basic necessities like clean water, adequate food and healthcare. The military coup of 2021 plunged the nation into chaos, further exacerbating these challenges and creating a climate of fear and uncertainty. This is the story of Myanmar's forgotten people, those who struggle daily to make ends meet. We will delve into the lives of those struggling to survive amidst poverty, conflict and oppression, shedding light on their resilience and strength. Join us as we uncover the hidden truths of this troubled nation, bringing to light stories that are often left untold. We will explore the economic paralysis that has gripped the country, leaving many without jobs and businesses shuttered. The impact of the coup on ordinary citizens is immense, with many facing violence and repression on a daily basis. We will also shed light on pressing social issues, including the persistence of child marriage, a practice that continues to rob young girls of their futures, and the public health crisis fueled by betel nut consumption, a widespread issue that affects the health of many. This is a call to understanding, a plea for empathy and action. Myanmar's plight demands our attention, our voices, and our support. Let us shine a light on the darkness and amplify the voices of those yearning for a brighter future, a future where peace and prosperity are within reach for all. Myanmar's economy is in a state of paralysis. The coup, coupled with the COVID-19 pandemic, has had a devastating impact. The World Bank estimates that nearly half of the population is now living below the poverty line. Businesses have been forced to close, jobs have vanished. The prices of basic goods have skyrocketed. For many, putting food on the table is a daily struggle. The agricultural sector, once the backbone of the economy, is struggling. Farmers face shortages of fertilizer and other essential inputs. The conflict has disrupted transportation routes, making it difficult to get goods to market. The manufacturing sector has also been hit hard. Factories have been forced to shut down due to power outages and a lack of raw materials. Foreign investment has dried up, further hindering economic growth. The situation is dire. The military coup of February 2021 cast a long shadow over Myanmar. The democratically elected government of Aung San Suu Kyi was overthrown and the military seized control. The coup sparked widespread protests, met with brutal force by the junta. Thousands of people have been arrested and many have been killed. A climate of fear and repression pervades the country. The coup has had a devastating impact on all aspects of life in Myanmar. The economy is in ruins. The healthcare system is on the verge of collapse. Education has been disrupted. The international community has condemned the coup and imposed sanctions on the military regime. However, these measures have so far failed to sway the generals. Myanmar remains in the grip of a brutal dictatorship. In the shadows of poverty and conflict, a silent crisis persists in Myanmar child marriage. Every year, thousands of girls are forced into marriage before their 18th birthday, robbing them of their childhoods and their futures. Poverty is a key driver of child marriage. Families struggling to survive may see their daughters as a financial burden. Marrying them off can seem like the only option. Child marriage has devastating consequences for girls. It cuts short their education, limits their opportunities, and exposes them to a higher risk of domestic violence and health complications. Despite some progress in recent years, child marriage remains a significant problem in Myanmar. More needs to be done to address the root causes of this harmful practice and to protect the rights of girls. Section 5. The Betel Nut Scourge. Across Myanmar, a quiet epidemic is taking hold: betel nut addiction. Chewing betel nut, a mild stimulant, is a deeply ingrained cultural practice in Myanmar. However, it comes at a steep price. Betel nut is a known carcinogen. It stains the teeth red and can lead to oral cancer. Despite these health risks, betel nut use remains widespread, particularly among men and boys. The government has made some efforts to curb betel nut use, but more needs to be done. Public awareness campaigns are crucial to educate people about the dangers of betel nut. Tackling the betel nut epidemic is essential for improving public health in Myanmar. Breaking this addiction requires a concerted effort from the government, healthcare providers, and communities. Section 6. Shackles on two wheels. In a bid to tighten its grip on power, the military junta has imposed strict regulations on motorbikes, a ubiquitous mode of transportation in Myanmar. These regulations are not just about controlling traffic, they are a means to exert control over the population. These measures are designed to restrict movement and control the population. By limiting the freedom of movement, the junta aims to stifle any potential dissent or uprising. One of the most controversial regulations is the ban on male passengers riding on motorbikes driven by women. This rule has sparked outrage and confusion among the public. This rule has been widely condemned as discriminatory and burdensome, particularly for women who rely on motorbikes for their livelihoods. Many women use motorbikes to transport goods, commute to work, and carry out daily tasks. The motorbike regulations are just one example of the junta's efforts to suppress dissent and control the population. The military presence is a constant reminder of the oppressive regime. These measures have created a climate of fear and paranoia, making it difficult for people to go about their daily lives. The constant threat of being stopped and questioned adds to the daily stress and anxiety. The motorbike regulations are a stark reminder of the challenges facing Myanmar. They highlight the lengths to which the junta will go to maintain its grip on power. They illustrate the junta's determination to maintain control at all costs and the impact this has on the lives of ordinary citizens. The people of Myanmar continue to navigate these challenges with resilience and hope for a better future. Section 7. A glimmer of hope? Despite the bleak realities facing Myanmar, there are glimmers of hope. The spirit of the people remains unbroken. Even in the face of adversity, they continue to resist the junta and strive for a better future. Civil society organizations are working tirelessly to provide humanitarian assistance, support democracy activists, and document human rights abuses. Their courage and determination offer a ray of hope in these dark times. The international community also has a role to play in supporting the people of Myanmar. Targeted sanctions against the military regime, increased humanitarian aid, and diplomatic pressure are all crucial. The road ahead for Myanmar is long and uncertain. But as long as there are those who refuse to give up hope, there is a chance for a brighter future. Section 8. International response. The international community has strongly condemned the coup in Myanmar, calling for the immediate restoration of democracy and the protection of human rights. Leaders from various nations have voiced their concerns and urged the military to step down. However, despite these vocal condemnations, concrete action has been limited and largely ineffective. The international response has been criticized for its lack of decisive measures. The Association of Southeast Asian Nations, or ASEAN, has taken the lead in trying to resolve the crisis through diplomatic means. They have held several meetings and proposed peace plans, but these efforts have met with little success and have been hampered by internal divisions. Some countries, including the United States and the United Kingdom, have imposed targeted sanctions on the military regime, aiming to cut off their financial resources and pressure them into compliance. However, these measures have so far failed to persuade the generals to relinquish power. The military remains defiant, continuing its oppressive rule and violent crackdowns on dissent. Humanitarian aid is flowing into Myanmar, but access to those in need remains a significant challenge. Aid organizations are struggling to reach affected areas due to restrictions and security concerns. The junta has been accused of deliberately blocking aid deliveries and targeting aid workers, further exacerbating the humanitarian crisis. These actions have drawn widespread condemnation from international human rights groups. The international community must do more to support the people of Myanmar. This includes not only vocal support, but also tangible actions that can make a real difference on the ground. This includes providing increased humanitarian assistance, ensuring that aid reaches those who need it most, and protecting aid workers from harm. Additionally, holding the military accountable for its crimes is crucial. International courts and tribunals must take action to bring justice to the victims of the regime's brutality. Maintaining pressure on the regime to restore democracy is essential. Diplomatic efforts, economic sanctions, and international solidarity must continue until the people of Myanmar can live in freedom and peace. Section 9. A call to action. The crisis in Myanmar is a tragedy unfolding on a massive scale. Millions of people are suffering and the situation is deteriorating by the day. The world cannot stand idly by while a nation descends into chaos. We must act now. We must raise our voices in solidarity with the people of Myanmar. We must demand that the military regime end its reign of terror and allow for a peaceful return to democracy. We must also provide concrete support to those affected by the crisis. This includes supporting humanitarian organizations working on the ground, providing refuge to those fleeing violence, and holding the perpetrators of human rights abuses accountable. The people of Myanmar deserve a future free from fear and oppression. Let us stand with them in their struggle for justice, freedom, and democracy.